Your happiness isn't contingent on their understanding. My phone buzzes with Aunt Rachel's name. Speaking of family, I murmur, answering the call. I heard you're skipping Adrian's Christmas extravaganza. Rachel's voice carries none of my mother's accusation. News travels fast. Your mother called in reinforcements. She wanted me to talk some sense into you. My stomach tightens. And? I told her I'm visiting you in Orlando instead. The smile in her voice is unmistakable. I've had enough of Adrian's show-off mansion and your parents fawning. If you'll have me, of course. Tears well up again, but different from before. Really? We can start our own traditions. Ones where nobody spends the entire day in the kitchen while others take credit. After we hang up, I book the Key West reservation for the days after Rachel's visit. For the first time, the holidays stretch before me like an open road rather than a predetermined path. My phone rings again that evening. Dad's name flashes on the screen. He hasn't called me directly in at least 3 years. Maren, he says when I answer, his voice uncharacteristically hesitant. Your mother mentioned you might not be joining us for Christmas. Before I can respond, a text from Adrian lights up my screen. Are you really not coming to my new place for Christmas? I've made other plans, I tell Dad, watching another text bubble appear from Adrian. I see. The uncertainty in his voice is new territory for both of us. Perhaps we could discuss this further. Your mother was hoping you might meet her for coffee next week. I consider the request, turning it over like a strange artifact from another time. I'll think about it. After we hang up, I read Adrian's second text. Mom's really upset. Can't you just come for one day? Standing in my quiet kitchen, I realize I'm smiling. Not from cruelty or vengeance, but from the strange weightlessness of finally being seen. They've noticed my absence. It's a start. Next week, Wednesday, the holiday music floating through Sunflower Cafe feels like an ironic soundtrack to the tension unfolding at our corner table. Mother sits across from me, her hands clasped around a mug of peppermint mocha she hasn't touched. Between us lies the worn leather photo album she brought a tactical prop in her arsenal of manipulation. Your brother needs you, Maren, she says, flipping to a page with Adrian's kindergarten graduation photo. This isn't just about Christmas dinner. It's about family obligations. I watch her manicured finger trace the outline of Adrian's 5-year-old face while completely skipping over my photo beside him. Even in reminiscing, I remain invisible. Adrian has important clients coming. He wants to impress them with a traditional family Christmas. Her voice drops to a confidential whisper. He specifically asked for your cranberry relish recipe. Not for me, for my recipe. You know your father and I won't be around forever. Her voice wavers with practiced emotion. Are you really willing to throw away your family over petty jealousy? The words land exactly as she intended, like a punch to the stomach. For a moment, I feel the familiar guilt rising in my throat. But then I notice her eyes darting to check if her performance is having the desired effect. I reach into my bag and pull out my own folder. I brought something too, I say, my voice steadier than I expected. I place 2 family photos side by side. The first shows last Easter's gathering, Adrian centrally positioned between our parents, while I'm barely visible at the edge, carrying a tray of deviled eggs. The second from Thanksgiving shows a similar composition Adrian, raising a glass and toast while I stand in the background, refilling water glasses. 6 holidays in a row where I cooked every dish. I continue, sliding forward a handwritten list. 32 family gatherings where I arrived hours early to set up and stayed hours after to clean. 4 birthdays of mine that were rescheduled because they conflicted with Adrian's plans. Mother's face tightens. We appreciate everything you do. You appreciate everything I provide, I correct her. There's a difference. I tap the list with my index finger. When was the last time anyone took a photo of me enjoying a holiday meal? When did anyone offer to help me in the kitchen? When did my birthday get the same attention as Adrian's job promotion? She shifts uncomfortably, glancing around as if searching for witnesses to my rebellion. I'm not throwing away family, Mom. I say, my voice softening but not weakening. I'm refusing to be the servant. Her mouth opens, then closes. For perhaps the first time in my adult life, my mother has no ready response. The holiday decorations surrounding us, twinkling lights and paper snowflakes, cast strange shadows across her face. Outside the cafe window, shoppers hurry past with bags of presents, their faces alight with anticipation rather than obligation. I pull out my phone and slide it across the table, displaying the confirmation email. "I'm spending Christmas in Key West," I say, with friends who see me as more than what I can provide for them. Mother stares at the screen, her face draining of color as reality sinks in. Her fingers clutch her untouched coffee mug so tightly her knuckles whiten. "You've already booked it?" The question comes out hollow, disbelieving. Jessica and I leave Christmas Eve morning. But what about Adrian's dinner? The genuine confusion in her voice speaks volumes. She truly cannot imagine a world where my brother's needs don't automatically supersede mine. "Adrian has 2 hands that work perfectly well," I reply, "and a kitchen full of appliances with instruction manuals." She looks at me as if I've suggested he perform brain surgery. He doesn't know how to cook a turkey. "YouTube exists," I say simply. "I learned most of my recipes there when no one taught me." The barista calls out another customer's order. Holiday music continues playing. Life goes on around us while my mother processes that her reliable kitchen servant has resigned without notice. When our bill arrives, I take it before she can reach for her purse. "This one's on me," I say, placing my credit card on the small tray, no strings attached. It's a small gesture, but the symbolism isn't lost on either of us. For decades, every gift, every favor from my parents came with invisible strings, expectations of service, compliance and gratitude for their conditional love. Mother gathers her photo album, her movements stiff and uncertain. As we stand to leave, I touch her arm gently. "When you're ready to have a daughter instead of a servant, I'll be here," I say. "I've always been here. You just need to see me." She doesn't respond, just nods once before walking out into the December afternoon. I watch through the window as she sits in her car for several minutes, not starting the engine, just staring straight ahead. That evening, Jessica helps me pack for our trip while sharing office gossip to lighten the mood. My phone buzzes with texts from Aunt Rachel, who reports that family channels are buzzing with news of my Christmas betrayal. Apparently, Adrian asked if the turkey comes with instructions written on it. She writes with a laughing emoji, "Your mother told him to order catering, but your father insists on a home-cooked meal." I feel a strange lightness knowing my absence has created such a disruption, not from spite, but from the realization that my contributions were substantial enough to leave a gap when withdrawn. The family group chat has been noticeably silent. No guilt trips, no angry messages, just the digital equivalent of stunned silence. As Jessica and I toast to our upcoming beach Christmas with glasses of wine, my phone lights up with a text. It's from my father, the first direct message he sent me in years without my mother as intermediary. "We need to talk," it reads. I set the phone down without responding, feeling neither triumph nor regret, just the quiet certainty that whatever happens next, I won't be returning to the kitchen while others enjoy the feast I've prepared. During Christmas time, the Key West sun warms my face as I stretch out on a beach towel beside Jessica. Laughter bubbles from my chest when our friend Theo performs an exaggerated impression of his boss. For once, I'm not bustling around serving others. I'm simply present, soaking in the moment. "Maren, get in this." Jessica waves her phone, framing a photo of our impromptu holiday gathering. I slide between Theo and Jessica, smiling without reservation. The camera clicks, capturing my relaxed posture and genuine smile. 3 days in Key West, and I haven't once apologized for taking up space. "Your pick for dinner tonight," Theo says, passing me the local restaurant guide. The simple act of choosing without calculating everyone else's preferences first still feels revolutionary. The seafood place on Duval. I decide without hesitation. Jessica raises her plastic cup to Maren, who showed us all how to create holidays worth celebrating. 11 months later, on Thanksgiving Day, the aroma of rosemary and garlic fills my Orlando condo as I slide the turkey back into the oven. The timer reads 40 minutes, remaining plenty of time to join my guests. Need any help? Jessica asks from the doorway. Actually, I'm good. The words come easily now. Theo's handling the potatoes. Rachel brought dessert. Everything's under control. When I enter my living room, Aunt Rachel pats the sofa beside her. This beats Adrian's stuffy dining room. She whispers, squeezing my hand. My Thanksgiving table looks nothing like my mother's perfectly coordinated settings. Mismatched plates surround a centerpiece of driftwood and shells from Key West. Theo stands at the counter, sleeves rolled up, mashing potatoes, while deep in conversation with Rachel's daughter, Emily. Wine? I offer Rachel, pouring myself a glass without waiting for permission. Your father called me yesterday, Rachel says quietly. Asked if you were hosting Thanksgiving.